Hi, it's Jack Wilson, co-founder of the J3 Collaboration Project. Welcome to a new series that we're doing featuring minority-owned business systems. Now, these are not franchisees, but the actual franchisors. They are the entrepreneurs who started the businesses and then decided that franchising was the best way for them to grow and scale their businesses. Now, recall, in the franchise model, the franchisor brings on franchisees using their concepts, their processes, their branding, and the support that they, as their franchisor, would give them. Now, since there's so few African American and Latino franchisors, we decided to highlight them in our special series. Today, we're happy to have with us Jason Rodriguez, the founder and CEO of an interesting franchise concept, Prominent Insurance. Jason, it's nice to have you join us today.
Thank you, Mr. Jack Wilson. We appreciate you for the opportunity and the J3 project as well for giving us the platform to talk about our exciting emerging franchise.
Excellent. Well, before we go into the franchise model, Jason, tell us a bit about you and your background and your business in general.
So a little bit about me. I've always been an entrepreneur, watching my brother, being an entrepreneur, family members as well. Got into this actual industry because I had a transportation company going to and from. We was taking students to and from New York, Dell State University students, ESL students back and forth. And my premium as an entrepreneur, was like $30,000 a year. And as an entrepreneur, I'm like, how can I get some of that back? Because, insurance can be a big chunk of your bottom line. So I started to speak to my insurance advisor at that time, and he was explaining to me that it only took a license, and I thought it was some formal education, associate's or bachelor's degree. So I learned about it, and then I immediately fell in love with it in the year 2010. I got my license, actually on my birthday. So
Wow.
it was a gift to me.
Yeah, I see that. So right now, how many locations do you have, and what areas are you serving?
So right now we started in Wilmington, Delaware. We are branched out to Philadelphia, Center City. I'm originally from New York. I needed that Center City, that New York City feel. And the states that we operate in right now is Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, of course, New Jersey, Florida, Georgia, the whole Eastern Seaboard.
Very good. Well, thank you. So,
Yeah.
Jason, what made you decide to use the franchise model rather than just expand on your own?
I was trying to do that, and I realized, getting a franchise, there's checks and balances. They keep you on your toes. There's certain things that you need to have in the system to be able to get approved. So I wanted that model because I was learning about franchising, and I seen franchising can be easily duplicated. So that's the reason I chose the franchise model instead of trying to expand on my own.
Got it. So how did you learn about franchising, and how did you set Prominent Insurance up as a franchise?
Okay, so how did I learn about it? Just investigating, looking at the McDonald's model, these Chick-fil-A, the food industry was the first, introduction into franchising, of course, and learning about it, started to see how does it work for mine, got with a lawyer, Spadea Law in Pennsylvania, and they walked me through the franchise process, and it's been an amazing one.
So interesting about the attorney you selected. I know Tom, and Tom's not a personal injury attorney. He's not a prosecutor or anything like that. He is specifically a franchise attorney. He and his firm understand franchising from the inside out. And as I interact with people, one of the biggest mistakes they make is they say, "Hey, I want to get an attorney to do a legal review over my franchise business or the franchise that I'm about ready to invest in." And then they say, "I got a cousin who's an attorney, or I got a neighbor who's an attorney, or somebody that I know is an attorney," and they go to them. Well, that'd be like if you have a specific problem going to a general practitioner doctor. most doctors will say, you know what, you need a specialist, go over there. However, an attorney will say, oh, sure, I can do that. And you'll invariably pay more money and you won't get the same thing. You did it the right way, my friend. You went to a certified franchise attorney who understands the industry.
And
Good move on your part.
yeah, thank you. And then I know you expressed that to me how good that law firm was as well. I appreciate that. I didn't know prior to doing this. It was just a luck of the draw.
Well, you did it right, my friend.
Yeah,
Now, you mentioned a couple other franchise concepts, in the food industry, and that's typically what people think about, franchising in the food industry. But why did you think that an insurance franchise is a good idea? And what made you just say, I'm moving forward with this?
yeah, because in this industry, it's a $5 trillion industry, and what we're trying to do, one of our social justice campaigns, is to get more minority involvement in this industry. So this industry is very rewarding. I wish I would have knew about it prior to 2010. We help people. We give people, back into, we make people whole in events of claims. Is a residual based business as well. So it's very rewarding financially to our family as well. And there's so many upsides to the industry. So I wanted to be able to bring this to our community to let them know, hey, because this is insurance, as you do know, is overlooked. People don't look to be in insurance as a career choice. Everybody that got into insurance got into because somebody introduced them to them, or this one told them about it, or they just filled out for a job. But other than that, they don't think, hey, when I go to school, I'm gonna be an insurance advisor or insurance agent or underwriter or any part of the insurance field. So we're trying to make this industry known, and we're playing our part and putting this industry in the forefront, especially to the minority community.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jason. And I don't know of many who say, "Hey, I want to own an insurance company," and that's really what you're offering people, the opportunity to own an insurance company. And for African Americans and Latinos, I just don't know. And maybe I'm just not in the right circles, but I don't know of that many that actually own insurance companies across the country. Maybe you can shed some light on, the participation from an ownership standpoint in the industry.
Yeah, so in this industry, just like a lot of other industries, the participation is very low. It's less than 10%. But that 10% of minority participation is all minorities. So if you start to segment, Black and Spanish, Chinese, Asians, or whatever the case may be, that number actually will get lower. So, this is what we're here to address, give people the opportunity to be able to own their own insurance agency with a company that's been, proven to have success on its own prior to franchising.
No, I absolutely agree. And I love that social justice campaign part of it where you're really giving people an opportunity to own a business and start their own family legacy. That's great.
Yeah, correct.
Well, then help us understand and maybe give a description of the type of person who could be successful as a prominent insurance franchisee.
So basically, we're looking for somebody that's ambitious. Somebody that's ambitious, somebody that's teachable. Because we have the, as a franchise, and you in the franchise space, we have the systems, we have the processes, we have everything for them to be successful. They just have to be teachable. To be able to excel in the system. So looking for somebody that's ambitious and passionate and want to do something for themselves, and we're going to give you everything else, and we're going to help you be successful as well with the processes, the back office support, anything that you need in this particular space. And we have a list of things that we provide for our franchisees. So we just need somebody to be, a self-starter, one, as a business owner, I know you had business as well, and you're still in business. You have to be a self-starter. You have to get things done. You got to be that ambitious person to be able to make a call or speak to an individual. So you have to have that skill set. So you don't need sales. You don't need a sales background. We're gonna help you develop everything you need to be successful in this insurance franchise business.
Well, that's encouraging. There are some industries that we just think about, and insurance is one of them when we think of licenses and certifications and so forth. So, does a person need to be an insurance agent to consider the prominent opportunity you have here?
No, not at all. Not at all. But if you are, we have a conversion model as well. But no, we look for people that's new to the industry, never heard of it. People in corporate America that wants to retool and find a new career choice. So no, you don't have to have any insurance background, no insurance license. We'll help you achieve all of that through our process as well. So we just need you to want to do something for yourself.
Ah, that's exciting. I could tell those in our audience listening to this are probably saying, "Okay, this sounds good," and then this sounds even better. This sounds even better, and that part about not needing to be certified, and you guys will help train them and get them where they need to be. That's really encouraging, and I appreciate you sharing that, Jason. Now, I've done a little research and I understand there are some other insurance franchising concepts out there. But what are the reasons that someone should consider prominent?
So the reason, we're like I said, we going after a target market, but we inclusive for everyone. So nobody's excluded from our opportunities. So I just want to make that clear. But the difference is, we have different compensation plans, the culture, what we deliver, So what other franchisee models may have or may give, I'm not really sure what they do, but we know we deliver on all of our promises. Anything that we say we're going to do, our team is going to deliver on that. So the back office support, the training, the systems, we're going to deliver on that process to make sure that anybody comes in to our system is going to be successful. And we know, since we're going after a particular um, class of people, we speak the same language. We know what they need and the special care that it takes to bring somebody that never been an entrepreneur up to being an entrepreneur, and the patience that it takes as well. So this is the things that we understand about our community and how we can deliver on that promise of making them successful.
Yeah, this is exciting, Jason. And when I was in your office last week, you mentioned something to me about the revenue streams, and that there are actually a couple revenue streams here that a franchisee would be able to enjoy within your system. Could you touch on that a little bit?
So yeah, it's a residual based business, and this is one of the industries where you don't consistently have to hit the pavement trying to find new blood, as they say, or shake the bushes. It once if you do a policy, just for instance, you do a policy January 1st, you come into the new year with income without writing any new business if if all of that stays on the books. So it's a lucrative business. There's residual income, personal production, and renewals. So like you've been with you have insurance for your home and your auto, and every time your policy renews, that agent gets commissions. Whether if it goes up, he gets extra commissions. So it's a great industry as far as compensation, but we also provide a lot of value. We educate our client, let them know the values of insurance and the processes of how to properly secure and purchase insurance, because we don't know how to properly purchase insurance in our community. We look at it as a commodity where you shouldn't look at it. It's a tool to be able to help you protect your assets and your wealth while you building your portfolio.
Ah, yes, very good. Well, this has been a very enlightening discussion so far. So, if somebody's really interested, they want to learn more, what steps does a person need to take?
Of course, they can reach out to my great friend Jack Wilson and the J3 Project. They're going to definitely direct you to us, or you can reach us online. You go to our website www.prominentagency.com, franchise opportunities, or I would encourage you to come through Jack and reach us. He has all of our contact information, and we had to grow. We're an emerging brand, very ambitious as well. Got some great plans, got some great strategies to be able to execute on the plans in front of us, and more than anything, we have a team as well to be able to make everything that we say happen. That's important.
Yes, very good. Well, as I mentioned, Jason, I really appreciate you stopping in for a little bit and being a part of, the J3 collaboration project, especially highlighting minority-owned franchise concepts. And for those in the audience who are interested in learning more, as Jason said, this is a unique franchise opportunity featuring insurance. You can contact us here at J3. We'll have the information right here so that you can see it written out to be able to go to directly to Jason and his team as well. Regardless of which way you go, be sure when you reach out to us or to Jason that you mention you're a J3 VIP. That puts you in line to qualify for up to $5,000 in startup capital for your new business. So we're looking forward to seeing you again soon, Jason. We know that you and your company are going to be doing good things. And for our audience, we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode of our series featuring minority-owned businesses. Until then.